Hello.
Oh, shush.
Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. Okay, well, I don't know if anyone else is here. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to figure out how to stream, and here I am. So I'm just gonna kind of play around. This is sort of just a test run while I eat my dinner. Sorry about that. um, but yeah, just working on this town. Um, this I eventually want it to be sort of like a little um, like beachside community, maybe some bigger condo buildings along the coast, like they do in Florida on the beach. This will be their little downtown. Is this too loud? Is that better? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Um, so, yeah, so anyway, this will be their little downtown, a little industrial area over here, and then just kind of suburbs sprawling out from that. Over here, Crescent Beach next door, I want it to be like the big metropolis. So that'll be after this one's a little more filled out. So like, I like to play on cities until they're like what I quote unquote say is finished. So like, for example, finished to me would be something like this little area where completely filled out. This is honestly I wouldn't even call this finished because I'm still working on some of the zoning and some of these canals, but you know, landscaping done, houses chosen, that kind of thing. This is my first time ever playing with these canals, so that was fun. I did that off camera because I didn't know what I was doing and I thought it might be pretty boring. So anyway. Okay, so then, yeah, that's an example of finished. I really like this little area too. I think it came out nice. This is, again, not completely finished, but I don't know why the water does that sometimes, but yeah, we have our little ferry area. A lot of people like to use this area to commute in this town, which probably a little too many people, so I gotta figure that out. This is like the only area of the city that has traffic happening, so I guess I need to deal with that, but that's not priority. Priority right now is just trying to get everything quote unquote finished and filled out so that then we can just like play and zhuzh and perfect, you know? So like I made this little area, kind of like a boardwalky, walkable businesses next to the marina and the ferry. Got a little bus stop, some shops to visit. I don't like this one here, but I'm just going to let it become something else. So because obviously you're not driving into this walkable area. So, sorry, excuse me, I'm eating. Last night I was learning how to play with these diagonal beaches. And I think it came, oops, oh my god, hold on. We're just gonna exit without saving and then come back because I just screwed everything up. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I was learning how to play with these diagonal beaches. I think I want to try and perfect it a little bit better, but overall, I'm kind of digging it. So let's see. I also was playing with these beach, underwater sand beach things last night, which did look really good. I just need to redo all of it because I didn't do a good job. That was kind of experimental time. think ideally I would love for this to be a more gentle slope out to the water, but I don't know if I have the patience to deal with that. So, who cares? Yeah, so I am not a professional. I barely know how to use a computer, but I've been playing this game since I was like 13, whenever it came out, 2003. I'm 35 now, so it has a special place in my heart, as it does also, I'm sure, for everyone else who likes to look at this stuff. So this one, let's see. So that's our little diagonal. So let's see what we can do. Okay. Is that weird? That's a little weird. See, this is why I wanted to do this off camera, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I think this is the piece I need. Of course, it's not going to freaking work. So maybe this isn't the best task for the day. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put that one. Okay, I promise I'm not gonna continue messing with this forever. I don't know, thought it might be nice to see what it would look like. Okay, and then maybe we have this guy. I think that'll work. Oh my god. So, anyway, hi. My name is Ray. I am just random Joe Schmo nerd. But not a gamer, because I don't actually know what I'm doing ever. But, I mean, when it comes to games, this is probably the one that I would say, okay, yeah, I'm a gamer. Because it's the only one I know how to do. Okay, that's not bad, not bad. Let's see. Link. Okay, so that one goes, oh my god, every time. Alright, that's kind of cute, right? Okay. See, that was the problem, is like, if we want to do... Is that not northeast? Am I losing my mind? Oh my god. I swear this game is trying to gaslight me. This was literally just here. Ah, saw it. It was there. So close. So anyway, I promise I'm not always this slow and dumb. Of course, this, you know, it's like when you have an issue on your computer and then the second somebody's standing over you, you can't replicate it. Like, or you're like typing something and then the second somebody's watching over your shoulder, you like don't know how to spell. Okay. Let's see, here's the problem, is that I think they all just need to scoot over one. But then that one's gonna be too far down. Oh. Okay, let's see. Why is this thing being so difficult? Oh my god. Do I need to do that one last or something? Okay, they're 4 wide. Okay, but that did work though. So, where? I did it again. Okay, not all the way to the road. There. Okay. And then we can do, what, some seagulls? See, like, that's kind of cute, right? Okay. Standard. I'm gonna mess with this later, because this was like a little commercial area, and I was like envisioning this all to be like beachfront, big boardwalk, blah blah blah, and then the pier. But I just downloaded all this stuff and I don't know how to use it, so I'm gonna play with that off camera, just to avoid embarrassing myself even more. Okay, let's see what we got here. We can finish out this. Do a standard. I've never played with these before, but I mean, I just said that a million times, but they are cute, and it does look less awkward than the Maxis one. I've always hated how they look, which I'm about to play with this, let's see. I think I like the Seagulls one better because it does remind me of the Maxis one. Okay, let's see. Is there a C corner? Let's see. What's that gonna look like? Alright, I'm not mad at it. And then, luckily... the Seagulls is 5, but the other one's 4? Oh, that's annoying. And I can't push that one out anymore, which means we're just gonna space these out a little. So it's gonna be like that. And we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna do okay. And then we don't want this to look quite so weird and ugly. So, you know, when I downloaded when I started downloading mods, obviously I did like the trees and everything, as you can see. They're not the Maxis ones. But I didn't realize it was going to replace all of my palm trees with these little cypress, Mediterranean cypress looking guys. But I was just reading on Springtropolis today that there's a way to fix that, so I shall be doing that. Oh my god. Why? Why is it doing this? Okay, I'm gonna move on from this in 1 second, but now it's like the principle of the thing. You know? Now I'm mad at it. So if anyone ends up watching this and has advice for how to not do this, I would love to take your advice. Because, like, what the... Can they not connect if they're not the right elevation? Is that the problem? Am I gonna have to lower this entire avenue? Okay, you know what? We're gonna revisit this later because I'm over it. And also, this isn't how I normally play. I just was trying to figure out how to stream. I don't know. I've played this game forever, but I've never had anyone to talk to about it because I don't know why, but it just never occurred to me to go online and look at the forums, which I know that sounds really dumb, but that's me. So, yeah, alright, we can mess more with that later, but that's, like, okay, that's looking alright, right? Okay, so then what we're going to look at is the finishing little bit, which is the underwater stuff. tedious, but let's just do it, see what it looks like. I mean, whoever came up with this, I'm sure I could figure out who I downloaded this mod from. Sorry, whoever did it, but it's pretty brilliant to do it this way. Because then, well, okay, we're gonna be extra careful with it, but I do think, let's see what it looks like now. Oh no, come on, that looks nice. You can still kind of see like a little bit of an edge. I'm wondering if I need to go out farther, but like, okay. That edge compared to this, it looks amazing. So, whoever came up with that, gracias. I don't really know what to do with all these. I don't know. Because they also have this like no parking one, which I don't know how can I use that? I wish they had a no parking one that was like part of these diagonals, but I guess not. Also, I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. I'm using my Apple AirPods, and I guess most people probably have a better microphone than that. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on from the beach because we get it, but we'll play more with that later. So, yeah, this is my little town that I've started. This is a new region, and what I really like to do is just like build out a whole bunch of little small towns or cities, and then like even if they're just sort of haphazardly thrown together, and then I'll come back and just sort of like zhuzh and play with and make prettier. So I'm still in the initial like get it started phase in this region, but the like detail stuff is like what's actually fun. So anyway, I played with these canals. I think they look kind of cool. I'm from Louisiana, where it floods all the time, and we have lots of canals to divert floodwater. So, and Florida has a lot of flood control stuff as well. So I just thought, I don't know, if we're considering this to be somewhere semi-tropical, it probably gets heavy afternoon rains, and we'll probably need some stormwater management. So I don't know. And then I have it sort of like cascading down this little bit of a hill here, and then this I made into like a little overflow tank, whatever you would call that, pool. And then there's also, see, like I would call this neighborhood good because it's cute, we have our trees, it looks finished, right? And then I have another little overflow over here, and this is where the water pump is that is giving water to everybody. So that's nice. I don't know. I wanted this to become a little shopping mall, but it hasn't. I guess I haven't had the right demand for it yet. Also, I know like there's like stages, which I have tried. Saint Timothy, I thought that was kind of funny. I know there's different stages for like what allows what buildings to be built, and I will admit that I had no clue what any of that means. I have tried so hard to understand it, but to no avail. But anyway, I thought this little area was cute. We have our church, crosswalk to the cemetery across the street, shopping mall eventually will be there, and then this is like a little educational plaza. We have our high school and our elementary school and our library with some, sports stuff. Just sort of for this neighborhood. I still gotta figure out what I want to do with this. It looks kind of awkward. Like I was originally planning to run the canal down here, but with the slope and whatever else, I don't know if that's the right move. So we can mess with that later. But I haven't played with these like marina walls or these like new plants. I just was playing with. I just put like this little marina wall and all these little plants to be like sort of landscaping. I think it looks kind of cool. I've never really done that before, so I don't know why this wave glitches like that, but I don't know. I think it looks kind of nice. Anyway, yeah, this will eventually be a finished bougie neighborhood around the country club. I'm thinking once everything's really, really built out, if I can fix this annoying road, I think this little strip right here might be some big residential towers, and I'm going to have another ferry over here, and then I think when I redo this beach, I want to do like another ferry landing here, just to service downtown. I eventually want this to be a little higher density, but like I said, she's still getting started, so demand's not quite there yet. There's not a whole lot of cities in this region. I really want a big building right there, but I just don't think I have the demand yet. But some cool buildings like Matt B325. If you've played SimCity or been on Sim Travel Adventure, you've seen his stuff. He has so much awesome stuff to download. I've only just dipped my toe in, but I love these like larger services buildings, like hotels, because that is what this game was missing that real life has. So that's cool. This is eventually going to be, I don't really love how it looks yet, but this is eventually going to be like City Hall. The courthouse is going to go there, or maybe there. And then this is going to be sort of just like beachfront parks, maybe a little like jogging trail. I was going to put parking, but then I was like, no. So, I don't know. I'm still working out what I want it to look like, but anyway. And then up here, we're just going to have suburbs. So I made this first little neighborhood that is not done, but it is there. So I don't know. For me, it's frustrating when I start a new region because I really like more playing. I like fixing a city rather than like starting from zero. Like a big empty blank map is not like the most fun to me. What I love is opportunities like, going into this downtown and, okay, this park is ugly, let me make that better. Oh, this is eventually going to be a highway, let's build it, let's make this all look finished, let's, it's all just a work in progress, but, look at that warehouse. I knew I had one that size, it was taking forever to develop. Yeah, and then I'm picturing like a little bit more industrial here, but then just more residential, maybe some like smaller little villages over here connected by train. This will eventually be our island of everything ugly. So we're going to have our army base, we have our federal prison because we were a little strapped for cash. I think I'll probably build like a nuclear power plant over here because I think it might look cool on the water like that. So anyway, so I just started I've been trying to try new things with suburbs because I used to just very much build in a grid or build in every available square of the maps, and inspired by some people on YouTube and stuff, I'm like, let me try and make these a little more sort of real looking. And I'm like, most suburban neighborhoods are sort of like built off of a road, very few entrances, very few straight streets. So just trying new things. I made this little shopping area. This is my first time ever using these little ponds, which they're kind of cute. Anyway, I want to download new businesses. I feel like all of my like medium wealth, high wealth, or medium density, low density stuff rather, is kind of repetitive and boring, and there's so many cool things to download that I really need to go like explore more. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. I also really want to download a whole bunch of like diagonal building mods, because that really just makes cities look so much more finished and real. Where are you? Oh, that's new. I can stay there for now, sure. Yeah, I was picturing this to be sort of like eventually a little medium density waterfront neighborhood, maybe some like waterfront activities to do here, maybe a marina. I want to build some marinas with boats, but I haven't totally figured out where I want to do that yet. Honestly, maybe in this little area. I wanted to leave this area reserved for beaches because I want this to be kind of a beach town. So, anyway, this area over here I was picturing to be kind of like a little bougie neighborhood, and so when I made these canals and this, you know, little pond or whatever you want to call it, I was like, oh, let's put some medium density overlooking the water. I think that could be cute. Like, I think that looks really nice. And this one looks cool. But for example, these I don't want. I was kind of hoping for more of these, and that's why I zoned it medium. I want more of these high wealth mansion things built on a 2x2 lot. Which I don't know how to get those to pop up, but they do pop up because obviously here are some, you know. But I thought those would be nice on the waterfront in this kind of beach, close to the beach neighborhood, high property values. We have our fancy resort over here. Obviously none of this is finished, or this, but the vision is there. Okay, I'll probably sign off now. This was mostly just a test, but if you did happen to see this, hello. I'm gonna try and like stream some more in the near future if this works. Just because it's fun to like interact with other people and like see the way other people play, and then show people the way that you play, and maybe they have advice for me or tips, or are just bored and want to zone out and watch someone else play, which I do all the time. Alright, well, I think we can call it and I'll give you a quick view of the region. So, empty region for the most part. Bananaland V2, I'm so sorry, I can't remember the user who made it, but he is on Centropolis and on Reddit. He or she or they, I don't know. So this was the first one I started in this region. I called it Duck Island. I was kind of picturing like super dense island city and then like kind of suburbs sprawling out from it and then working its way into like big fields, lots of agriculture over here for this like river delta. And I'm just sort of naming them like district okay, I have to fix all these names, but I've been naming them district whatever until I come up with an actual name for them. Like this was District 19 and now it's Northfield. So anyway, that's like the only big city currently, and then I finally created all these little cities so I could connect Duck Island via rail all the way over here to Crescent Beach and then almost to this Portsmouth place eventually. But I was kind of picturing this. Let's see. Yeah, so Crescent Beach, I'm kind of picturing this to be like the big city of this region, maybe sort of spreading out into this kind of range. And then Sunny Isle will kind of just be like a bedroom beach community next to it. But this will be like lots of high density, lots of big buildings, high population, etc. I might flatten some of this out a little bit just because there's not a whole lot of like really flat spots. But yeah, so that's the vision, and then eventually I'll expand to like other parts of the map. There's lots of cool stuff going on. These like craters are interesting. I've never really messed with that before. So yeah, shout out to the creator of Bananaland V2. Little Happy Face Islands, I love them. And oh yeah, this will be like this one over here is going to be a little suburb of Duck Island as well. So alright, well, there you go. Nice to see ya. And till next time.